Rachel here, going live. I'm going live on both Instagram and Facebook, hopefully. So no matter what platform you tend to follow me on, you're hopefully going to see me. Hi, how are you? I will be talking to you this morning about, this lunchtime, about crystals, and I just want to have a quick catch up too. So catch up wise, I haven't been live as many Fridays as I'd like to recently. And I've decided to make some changes around that. So I'll still be going live on Fridays. I'm just going to have to kind of make myself do it more. There's been loads and loads of bits and pieces that have been going on, such as, you know what it's like when you've got children and they have got different additional needs, let alone the normal stuff that comes with, normal bits and pieces. So we've just had loads and loads and loads going on in our house. In terms of the kids and extra help for them, which is really, really good and really positive. But at the same time, it eats into my daytime a lot. So, it is a struggle to do like a lot of this freebie stuff for people, even though I love doing it and I love connecting with you guys in this way. It does take up a lot of time and a lot of effort. And I've decided that it is going to start happening again. I'm going to make it. So what I want this Friday to be is just a general what I've got going on and sort of feeling into why I've chosen to maybe do the courses that I've got coming up and give you an insight into some of the areas that I work with. So today we're focusing on crystals, and I'm going to go back into doing the healing and the channeled message as well, which I love. I adore both of those things. And then the last Friday of the month, I'm going to continue the empath training. So you should have 4 Fridays a month where I'm doing something and you've got something to kind of like catch up on. Hey Jane, hey yeah. What I would like to talk to you about today is crystals and how amazing they are, alongside a couple of other bits and pieces to slot into your life to make your life a lot easier, in terms of your healing, your wellness, manifestation, a whole host of things. So crystals are these amazing first dimensional beings who just live on this planet with us. Now, you might not think of a crystal as being a being, but some of us at different points in our journeys might have, not thought about connecting into trees or not thought about connecting into plants or animals. And, they definitely used to be an attitude, traditionally that animals didn't function in the same way as us. And we know that as we progress and as we move on, that isn't true. So, crystals, they may not breathe in the same way that trees or plants or us as an animal does, but they're absolutely are a being which you can interact with and you can work with, and are really, really wonderful. And I'd really love to hear if you guys have been attracted to crystals since you were young. That's certainly something I was attracted to since I was small. They are literally, they look magical because they are magical. So I've got a couple of crystal courses coming up. One is crystal introduction to crystals, introduction to Reiki, and an introduction to essential oils. Yeah, I love them. They're just amazing, because I want to, the whole point of that course is it might be something that you want as a refresher, as a refocus, or you're new to the industry and new to the field and you kind of want to explore and expand your horizons. Then the idea of the afternoon is that it's online. I'll send you like a little pack of crystals and essential oils that you can work with, and that you've got some tools to go away and work with that are literally going to change your life from that afternoon. So really wonderful afternoon of wellness, and to go away with 1, 2 or 3 things that you're going to bring into your life to kind of change up your wellness and to work with it. And the way that I work with them with crystals simply in that workshop is talking about our energy centers, talking about how crystals, in the same way that we absolutely can apply science and quantum physics into Reiki, into our understanding that on a subatomic level, everything vibrates at some resonance, and crystals absolutely vibrate at some point. Hey Anishka. Oh, okay, it's weird, isn't it, just talking about crystals? Jason, hoarder of crystals. You can spend a fortune on them if you want to. You absolutely could do. I've really struggled to say no to the kids whenever they want to pick up a crystal. So crystals help bend and move and change energy around them. They're very good at grounding in and maintaining their vibration. They're very good at doing that. You do have to cleanse them regularly, and it's something I absolutely cover in the afternoon to make sure that you keep their energy up. But they're a really wonderful introduction to help change your vibration, to help with your wellness, to help with your healing, to help with mindset change. So the introduction afternoon is all about using them for your own personal wellness. Personal wellness is a manifestation of health, right? So the whole point of that afternoon is we're looking at your health, your wellness, your well-being, all of that type of thing. And then the other course that I've got coming up is one that I'm doing with David, which is a really fabulous deep dive into advanced crystals. And it's a really, really magical afternoon where we're looking at grid work. We're looking at talismans, we're looking at crystal elixirs. There's a whole host of different things. Reprogram yourself using crystal dowsers. There's a whole host of stuff that we're doing on that day workshop. And it's for anyone who's got a good basic knowledge of crystals. So you've maybe got your head around the crystal healing, you really like the crystal healing, and you want to take it to the next level. You want to use it in your manifestation work around creating mindset changes, life changes, all of that type of thing, which is the grid work. We'll go through grids and how to use them, what they are, how to work with them, how to make up your own grids, what things you can change in your life with grids, which is literally endless and limitless. The crystal elixirs are something that you'll see there in my shop because they're something that I've been working with for a number of years, and they work. And every single day, there's something that gets used in this house multiple times. I'm using them with clients, I use them in my work, use them with the kids, use them on myself, because that cleansing energy and the ability that you get with the crystal elixirs to cleanse your energy is off the scale. So we're also going to look at things like talismans and how to create something which is going to help anchor in an energy that you might be carrying around with you all the time, anchor in an energy which you might be working on a mindset change, or it might be, oh, I'm an empath and I really need to work with my boundaries. I really need healthy boundaries. You might be somebody who actually, I really want to work on my healing at the moment, and I really want to be heart-centered around that. Whatever it is that you're working with, talismans are a really, really good way to do that. And the pendulum dowsing. So some of you have probably done my Reiki 2, where I teach pendulum and how to douse your chakras. It's something that I use a lot. David and I teach it in the Reiki, in the crystal Practitioner day workshop, the first sort of beginners and upwards workshop, which I teach it in that as well, because it's really, really useful. And what I found with dowsers is that there is no end to the magic of them, and no end to getting them to work with you, to help you in your work. And it's using them on the next level. And using them as part of mental pathway reprogramming and of shifting blocks and of a whole host of stuff. There's those points right in life where you go, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's blocking me, but I need some help with this. And that's quite often when I step into crystals, because I'll be like, okay, I don't know what I need to shift, but I need to shift something. Lay out a grid, do some dowsing, whatever it is. And let's just not just find out what the block is. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what the block is. Let's shift it. And also, if I know what the block is, I know what to expect and see in terms of life changes, what's going to feel freer in my life, because those practical steps are just as important as the sort of spiritual, emotional healing steps. The practical steps is what grounds it out, okay? And crystals are very, very grounded. They're a really amazing way of manifesting, because they ground out, because they're from the earth. They're literally grounding out, bringing into the physical realm. That's what grounding out is. It's bringing it into the physical realm, real life changes. I don't know about you, but, I go through periods in my life and I think nothing's changing. Nothing's moving forward. I'm not grounding the stuff out properly. Why is this not grounding out? Why is this not grounding out properly? And that's when the crystals will really, really help you ground out practical change. A lot of us who channel high energy naturally, tend to struggle with grounding for a whole host of reasons. Absolutely life reasons in this life, previous life reasons, soul reasons. a whole host of stuff that we're going to struggle to ground in properly, and crystals can absolutely help us do that. So the idea of the whole day advanced crystal workshop is to take you through to the next level, and to really deep dive on things like the sacred geometry and all of those bits and pieces that go alongside it. Certainly be looking at the elementals and the elemental energy, and how crystals deep dive into each of those elemental energies, and linking that in terms of sacred geometry into I was going to say Pythagoras theory. We're not going into Pythagoras theory. That's probably something which I could do. We are not doing Pythagoras theory. I'll leave that up to my son and let him, when he's at a certain age, channel that stuff through. There's probably some other mathematician out there who knows how to work with crystals and Pythagoras theory. I'm not going to get my head around that. I was actually going to say the Socratic questioning. Oh, the sacred geometry. The 5 elemental shapes from sacred geometry on which everything is constructed and made. And I can't remember the name of the Greek who made it a well-known theory. Those theories were bandied around a lot at that time. If anyone remembers the Greek guy's name, please let me know. Anishka's relating, I'm really glad. Jana said citrine and mango calcite are her best friends right now. I'm working a treat on her solar plexus healing it. Absolutely. They really do boost and help. And Jane, you and I have been chatting so much about the changes that you've made as a result of that. Like crystals literally are like, okay, you need to make practical changes with your lovely best friend that can help you with those practical changes, but in a really magical, cool way. So the whole day, you don't have to have a qualification in crystal healing to do the advanced workshop. It may be that it's not something that you want to offer out as a wellness therapy, as a therapy. I've got the Healing Practitioners day course for the crystal therapy. So you can get your insurance and all of that type of thing. This is an advanced workshop. This is stuff that you can use in addition to that, alongside the crystal work that you're doing. So if you've already got your insurance for your crystals, you've done a crystal course elsewhere, or you want to use the crystal stuff for personal work, and you've got a really good understanding of how to use them in terms of your personal healing and in terms of chakras and bits and pieces like that, then this is the right course for you, which is that more advanced deep dive course just taking it to that next level, into really, really utilizing and using your crystals to help bring about life changes. Because I don't know about you, but I'd rather bring about real change than sit around and hope for change. Need to work with crystals more. Yeah, it's a complete game changer. For me, it's a complete game changer. And I love doing it, and I get channeled through new grids to use all the time, depending on who I'm working with energetically, spiritually. It's really, really good stuff, really good stuff. So the basic grid that I teach out in the day workshop, which we'll be doing in the latter half of this year, is a healing chakra grid. And then these are more advanced grids that you can use for, like I said, mindset change, abundance, all of that sort of stuff that we need. So if you're interested in the dowsing basics, I'm pretty sure I do a practitioner crystal course. Absolutely. It's a day one, which did one at the end of last year, so I'll be doing one at the end of this year as well. I'm on the latter half of this year anyway, which is really good. You don't need to have that to do the advanced workshop, but absolutely having that under your belt as somebody who wants to, if you want to offer it out professionally, then you absolutely need a practitioner course. You can get your insurance and all of that type of thing when working with clients. And actually crystals are a really good thing to bring in alongside your work, because there's a whole host of other bits and pieces that you can add in terms of, if this is your business, other treatments, other add-ons that people might be working with their solar plexus, like Jane said, and actually being able to go away with a piece of citrine or with a piece of mango calcite after they've spoken to you is like a really nice thing to do. And of course, not only are you helping somebody with your work, you're also earning money as well. And both of those things are really good, right? We want to earn money in really good ways. So that's what doing this type of thing is all about. Thank you, Jane. She said the course is fabulous, and she's done it with myself and David. Yeah, we love it. David and I love spending the day getting people to come along with their box full of crystals, and we go through their crystals and rummage through. So, and see what they've got and help them utilize what they've got. We don't need you to spend a fortune. We want you to utilize what you've got first and foremost. And if you want to add anything into that, then you do, that's up to you. But the idea is that actually crystals and working with crystals is a hell of a lot easier on the day course than you think it is. And then the advanced crystal course is just to take that up to the next level. Whether you're looking to do it professionally or for personal purposes, whether you're somebody who works with angelic energy or who sees themselves as being part of the craft or Wicca or paganism, see yourself as a hedge witch or, any of that type of stuff is going to accelerate everyone's work. Crystals are the friends to everyone. So yeah, they're really, really good. So there's so much that you can do with crystals. I'd really, really recommend that you have a look at them. Does a day course give you permission with insurance? Just add it in if you have a Reiki too. Yeah, so depending on your insurer, when you come away from that day course, you can get insurance off the back of it. Your insurer might just add it on without any extra charge. They might add an admin charge. It really depends from insurer to insurer. I've got my block policy with Balance or Balance, and they just add it in free of charge. They're really, really good to work with, and I can make policy amendments halfway through the year, and they're really happy to kind of add it in. And they have a nice broad scope of different bits and pieces that you can work through and work with, so you can sort of add those bits and pieces in, and they're quite happy with it. So and they really do complement Reiki. If you're already doing, might be something shamanic, any type of healing, they're going to complement it, whether you're doing like a shamanic healing, whether you're doing magical healing and you're sending healing via magical purposes, whether you're doing Reiki. They just it's a bit like, I always think about peppermint oil, like you put a drop into something, like if you blend up some oils, you put a drop of peppermint in, it just kind of goes woof, and like makes everything so much bigger and accentuates everything and makes it just work that much more wildly and more beautifully and synchronistically. It just ups everything when you work with crystals. They just take everything to the next level. Yeah, it is good. It's really, really good. So yeah, crystals are amazing. I would love you to work with me and to do a course with me. If you can't do that because you're not within traveling distance, because they are face-to-face courses, or the afternoon where you're doing your crystals, your Reiki and your essential oils introduction, that is an online course, and then that can give you a really good taste into whether or not it's something for you. And it might be that you're not local to me. I get lots of clients, not just up and down the country, but all over the world. And those people might want to go away and find somebody locally to do a face-to-face course with, which would be really cool. I'd love to think that I'd inspired different people into moving forward with their wellness in different ways. It's a really good point. Let me check. I have secured, I'm very, very excited. I have secured a lovely local to me now centre to work with. So my next advanced crystal workshop is on the 28th of May. On the 7th of May is the introductory afternoon, where you can go away with, basically 3 life-changing tools. They're 3 masterclasses is the whole point of the online one. So the 7th of May and the 28th of May for those 2 courses. One's the introductory one and one's the full-blown, go to the next level with your crystal loveliness, for a whole day workshop of just fun and playing with elixirs and all of this fun stuff, playing with moon juice. We'll do all of that stuff, all of that magical, amazing stuff, and how to preserve it and everything like that. So you've got something long term there. So we've got those 2 coming up next month. And yeah, if you can join me, I'd love it. If I've inspired you to look for something local to you, then I love that too. And I'd love to hear if you have been inspired by this, because it always makes me feel so happy. Other exciting news, I have secured this venue for Healing Share, which is starting on the 4th Tuesday of every month. And the reason why it's the 4th Tuesday, which is slightly annoying, is simply because the Practitioner one, I haven't set dates yet Anishka, because I haven't had a venue up until now. I've issues generally with COVID and with venues have been massive. People putting up prices significantly, which I totally get, but then you're priced out. I'm trying to find venues that are happy to have new relationships with new people. Quite a lot of community centres, which I normally use. Some nice community centres are quite often run by people who fall into the vulnerable bracket because they might have a little bit more time to spare, and they tend to be a little bit more cautious about new relationships because of COVID, which is totally understandable. So it's taken me a while to find the right venue in the right place at the right price, like those three things, right? And I think I've secured that now. So the Practitioner one, hopefully I'll be announcing later on this year. You might need to give me a month to get my backside in gear and organise some dates and bits and pieces like that. I used to run 6 months ahead, and now I can't. I'm literally like kind of adding like every 3 months is kind of where I'm at, like announcing for the next 3 months. So Healing Share is going to be the 4th Tuesday of every month at Valley Park Community Centre in Chandlersford near me, up at the Valley Park end if you know the area. Really, really lovely centre, really lovely group of people. They're really keen to get, to look after the community and to help the community. So if you're a Reiki practitioner or any sort of healing practitioner, sort of hands-on crystal healing, anything like that, I'd love for you to come along and be part of the community. I am community focused and community centered. And for those of you who want to find out more about Reiki, who want to meet me because you might want to do a course with me, and you want to find out more about me, then that's kind of like the place to do it. So you're welcome to come along for 1 or 2 if you've got no qualifications, to find out a little bit more, to find out a little bit more, and if you're looking for community, then that's there once a month now. The 4th Tuesday is a bit of a mouthful, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to start in April, and 4 weeks kind of got me enough time to get my backside and get. So the 4th Tuesday of every month. And I'll probably be putting bits and pieces on Facebook and on my emailer and bits and pieces like that. So if you're not on my emailer and you want to get on it to make sure that you get up to date with all my bits and pieces, I'm pretty sure that there's a really recent post to get on my emailer, on my thread on both Instagram and on Facebook. So let me know how you're getting on. Let me know if this has inspired you with crystals in any way at all. And yeah, if you've got any questions, whether you're on catch up or you're live with me. Jane's put on the aromatherapy works really well with crystals. Yeah, absolutely, Jane, which is why the crystals, the Reiki and the aromatherapy like introduction for the afternoon is such a game changer, because most people have got a couple of oils, or they can pick up a couple of oils at a reasonable price, a couple of crystals at a reasonable price, and you're kind of on your way to changing your life and to changing your mindset. 26th of April. Yes, thank you, Anishka. Well done. That was a really grounded thing for you to say. Actually give out a date for the Reiki Share. So Reiki Healing Share. You don't have to have studied through me. I don't mind. It's just a really nice place to just, I want community again and to see people. We will be COVID savvy. Don't get me wrong, we will be COVID savvy. I won't be spraying you with bleach. You don't have to worry about that, but we will be COVID savvy. Yeah, if you want to find out more, you want to learn, you just want to get back and around other weirdos where you can say weird stuff and nobody's going to blink because they have heard worse, then like my community is the way to do it. It is, yay, it's in a diary. My community base is all around love and joy. So smile, laughter, tears if they're there, support, just a place to come and not be judged. And that's a safe space that I hold and I uphold. So, yep. I will pop an emailer out with some of the bits and pieces I've got coming up, and links to some of maybe the crystal dowsing. Might be nice to go in there, the video that I've got, maybe a link to this video as well. So I'll pop an emailer out over the next couple of days. And I will catch up with you guys soon. I'm going to go. I love you all, and I will see you soon. Now just watch me hash up ending this video.